Salon Skid Row, held every Tuesday night at the Corner Bar in downtown Portland.
I thought I was being really clever when I made that bio after work at 6 in the morning. Okay. Break form in 2 poems about gamblers. So I work in a gambling hall. Lottery blues. On a smoke break from the dish pit, Sheila walked up to me. She had a story to tell. It was a story as black as her hands. When she turned her palms up in the moonlight, they looked light as milk, but her shoulders were slung so low, they almost dragged. It's like what that big Indian said in that movie, life has a way of working on you. She told me about the horrors of Harlem, back when boys ran the numbers. They ran awkward as broken umbrellas, fluttering down the block in the rain, cocking their fingers like loaded weapons, ready to act like men. When luck was useless as a clock on vacation because the fix was in. Back when she played the numbers of which caliber of gun shot so-and-so. Back when she played the numbers of the date her daughter died. Back when she played the numbers that replaced her son's name, lost clutching the bars inside Joliet. They just worked on him the way they're working on you. And it's working the same way they worked on my mother's back. The doctors replaced her spine with titanium and it made her small. Sheila and I, we carried the weight in our shoulders. It's where our devils sat. It's where our collars were so blue they turned black. And I understand what it feels like to lose, lost in the rain and the curse of my spit, winning a game of Russian roulette, and I am a working man. All night long I was in the dish pit, scrubbing the speed rack, listening to the opera aria, thinking about how that lady's voice sounding a lot like longing to me, and thinking about Black George who bumps quarters in the corner for beer, and how love is the worst test for tolerance, for the things I can't begin to explain. And I know, losing it all, it's like a snow day. When you're the first to wake and the world hasn't started moving yet, and you open the door and yours is the first foot to be printed into something pure and new. It's like an IOU you can keep in your pocket of a promise or a vow you have yet to break. I was thinking, dreaming about Iowa on-ramps, freeways, and whiskey days, and the last time I lay down with love, my lover ran a finger along my leg, slow with the fear of inquiry, and we spoke of all my scars. She told me that I was handsome as Montgomery Clift with a cleft chin, and she was warned that no wise men would lead her here. I was thinking, dreaming about how I still lived assured and desperate as religion, and if I lay myself on the floor of the dish pit, someone could read this map where God was sure went missing. But I am no map. I have no direction. I am a working man. I'm a terrible gambler. I've known New York. I've been dead. I've seen the walls of Joliet. I too was warned. Black George told me being a drunk is easy, but accepting your own death is like winning the lottery. Someone is always trying to tell me something, but I've never learned. I've never listened. I turn my palms up in the moonlight. All of my calluses, all of my scars look light as milk, spilling down my arms, leading to where my wallet held the scenes of my crimes. Sheila told me everything has a vibration, a heartbeat. When it's all gone and there's nothing left, the slate is clean, and you're free to start over. Now, Sheila likes to play video poker. When she wins, she says, she can feel the machine at the center of the earth hum in her hands. Then come closing time, she stood by the poker machines, clutching at 3 tickets like little miracles, like the boys on the block, like broken umbrellas, like her dead daughter and son in Joliet, like a collection of scars in the moonlight, but refused to cash them in. One more. I've been fighting that cold all week, so pardon my voice, it's pretty gone. Oh, thanks. All right. 2 suckers with a similar philosophy. Standing on the street with Mike is like whistling past the graveyard with a tour guide. Look at these dead men, he says. We're both on smoke breaks. The streets are rushing by us. He points towards the poker room and says, "Kid, let me tell you something. He tells me there's been too much talk about ghosts, and a ghost, he says, it's nothing but an echo, a stain, a dead man who doesn't know how to keep himself quiet and wash the bargaining out. Now, Mike plays poker, so he knows what he's talking about. He tells me about the old boys, the one who haunt the rooms and the tables, the one without will and angelic eyes, always falling south. The one who talked to chips as if it's going to make a difference which way the cards fall. The one who go flush at the sight of money, nurse well whiskey with a beer back and shake. The old boys who chain smoke Lucky Strikes, the quiet ones, the little men who never bet on anything bigger than a $2 flop. The ones with child support payments hung around their necks like scarlet letters, the ones with alimony and ulcers and grown sons they never see, the ones who act like thugs but cry at Christmas, weeping into their turkey TV dinners, the losers, the one-eyed, the suicide kings, the ones without wives or kids who rent rooms by the week, lay in bed and play that tape loop over and over, listening to working girl mattresses creak. The ones without commissary who hold their hands up against the other side of jailhouse glass and beg for money on their books like a bad movie. The ones who whisper IOUs over jailhouse calls. The lonely boys who miss the mark. And Mike's on the move. I'd rather move east than south, he says, so he's packing it in for Vegas with a motorhome and a dog. And Mike's just like me. We're just two suckers looking for We're just two suckers with a similar philosophy, looking for a limit we can beat. But this isn't about heartstrings tugging at them or the rise of violins at the end of the movie without a dry eye in the house. This is life and regular blues. This is day to day, not do or die. If you want to feel something powerful, he says, try contracting a venereal disease on a first date. And don't talk to him about luck. Once you've been through the mill, he says, a salt mine, it ain't nothing but math. So he pulls out a fresh pack of playing cards from his pocket. He peels away the silky plastic like he's unhooking a bra, pulls out an ace and says, this is what dreams are made of. Men will die for this. This is perfection at the end of a long line that sometimes feels like living. But it's a soft sell to me. I've been there, just not with cards. I've been there with women and whiskey, security guards and short cons, gone bust in a head full of static and junk, working dead jobs like a working class hero without an exit plan, and calling it all kinds of romance like a ghost, an echo, like a stain screaming to bargain, one final flop. Mike tells me there is a reason a pair of aces is called bullets, and it's a real rush. And the world is rushing by us. The old boys, the suits and stockings, on the beat between banks living in an early grave. Everyone is harboring hard luck stories and secrets, but none are any better or worse than mine. This king holds a hot shot. This queen holds a memory. This king holds a snapshot. This heart has a blood stain. This deuce is split in two willingly. And these five have clipped their wings. And Mike smiles at me while twisting a rubber band around a roll. Come to Vegas, he says. I'll stake you. And this joker holds a switchblade and dead men tell no tales. I just squash my cigarette and head back to the dish pit. You see, Mike's on the move. I am too, because there is one thing that we know as two suckers with a similar philosophy. When you're up, you walk. And